Good morning, Magic players and card collectors of all kinds. Welcome back to the channel. Of course, I'm back in the car because why not? I honestly have no idea what my dad's schedule is at this point anymore, so I'm just going to keep recording these in the car when it seems reasonable, and whenever I do get a chance to record something at home, I'm just going to try and save room on my phone so that I can stockpile as many videos as I can, so you guys will hopefully get to see the card table again at some point. What I will do today, though, for you guys is I will break this video up into two parts, and I'll put it together later with CapCut. And in between the two parts, I will give you guys a nice puggy intermission of some sort. I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to film him doing, but I'll figure out something when I get home for us to film. In the meantime, in between time, though, this is Thursday. And as it is Thursday, we are here to do new set versus old set. Currently, the old set is up 2-1 because of that spectacular pack we had last week. So, Edge of Eternities, you are supposed to be a very popular set. You're supposed to have some pretty cool stuff, but you better start showing it because it ain't looking pretty for you already. Brothers War is, of course, one of my favorite sets that I've been opening on this channel for a while now. You guys know, if you've been with me for a bit, that I love the Transformers cards. Those are what we're trying to pull. Last week's episode, we did pull a slicer again, which was cool. It is our second slicer, so we didn't need that one for, like, the set, per se, that we're trying to collect all of them, of course. But I'm not gonna knock Slicer. He's an awesome card. Even with the whole nonsense of goading and stuff being there, I'm still gonna say it was a win for sure. And we're looking for another win today. I am still hoping to pull the Megatron. So we have 5 packs left of Brothers War to open in this series. Hopefully, with any luck, we will pull a Megatron at some point. That would be awesome. The other one I really want to pull is Soundwave, because we pulled the Ravage the other day, so I mean, why not? But let's get into this pack. Ooh, that one actually opened pretty nice. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. We have an Elemental on the back. I don't think I've ever pulled a 5/3 Elemental before. I'm not really sure what that gets made by. But I like the artwork on it, so that's a plus. Good start. Can you do what you're supposed to do? I always forget if I'm supposed to do a pack trick. Nope, no pack trick for this one. Okay. Art card. Ooh, spiffy. I love these artifact blueprint ones from this set. Are really cool art cards. Like, I think they're some of my favorite art cards, even though they're like very monotone in color, because normally I'm a person who loves color big time. Huge fan of color. I'm wearing red and blue shirt to work right now with black shorts. So anyways, but yeah, I like this one though. I think that's pretty neat. Ooh. I've never pulled that island before. That island is sick, guys. Who knows if it's actually got a monetary value, but I mean, I like the artwork on that one. That one's pretty cool. I'm not sure what deck I'm going to put that in, but it's going to be a freaking awesome include. Mishra's Onslaught. 3 and a red. Either create 2 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature tokens, or creatures control get +2/+0 until end of turn. Not bad. It is instant speed, but really expensive. Disfigure, on the other hand, is instant speed as well. 1 black, target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. I'm going to say that's a little bit better. At least can knock out a token that's attacking you or something. Blitz Automaton. 7 for a 6/4, or 2 and a red for a 3/2. And it only has haste. Not my favorite of these machines. Ashnod's Harvester. 2 for a 3/1. When this thing attacks, exile target card from a graveyard, and it has Unearth 1 and a black. It's too weak. Battlefield Butcher. 2 and a black for a 1/4. Pay 5, tap, each opponent loses 2 life. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each creature card in your graveyard. That is pretty cool. That is awesome, actually, because, I mean, if you're playing a graveyard-based deck, you're going to be tapping that without having to pay the mana cost and just be draining people. That's definitely, so far, the best hit in this pack, other than the island, of course. the island is definitely I'm loving that island. Static Net. 3 and a white, enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls until this thing leaves the battlefield. Oh, it's one of those ones. And when it enters the battlefield, you get to gain 2 life and create a tap power. I mean, that's not bad. You're getting a lot of value out of it for 3 and a white. So I'm not going to kill it on that. But once it comes into play, it does nothing. And that's what I really don't like. Except like it keeps the other card out of play. But I mean, it's just like it's just kind of I don't know. How do I want to put this? It's just an easy target, essentially, without being worth what I think. I would prefer it if it just exiled it permanently, essentially. I hate placeholder cards. There's what I'm looking for. That's the word I wanted. It's a placeholder card, essentially. That's the way I look at it, anyways. But it does come with some neat power boosts. Especially with the Power Stone, if you are playing artifacts, that is actually pretty good. So I will give you a spot at the front, just you are not nearly as good as the Butcher. Fyric Blast. Oh, I thought that was hollow at first, but it's not. That is really cool artwork, though. 3 and a red, instant. As an additional cost, you have to sacrifice a creature. This thing deals damage equal to the sacrificed creature's power to any target, and then you draw a card. I mean, that could be a great way to finish off an opponent who's down to like 4 or 5 life, if you have the right creature on board and you're willing to sacrifice it. It is pretty expensive. Getting to draw the card is a nice little bonus, but I don't know if I would put that as a good card or not, ultimately. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments what you guys think of that one. I'm going to put it to the front for now, show it the same respect as Static Net. It's one of those cards that it's like, it could be really good, but I'm not sure. Ooh, that is from, okay, so this is actually not, that's where our Transformer card would have been, unfortunately, but that is, not from this set, it's from a different set, clearly. It's, a list card. Brain is not working today. I just got off work and drove over here, and I'm waiting for the card shop to open up because I want to pick up something cool for a video I'm going to do in the near future. When this thing enters a battlefield, starting with you, each player chooses up to 5 permanents they control. All other permanents that weren't chosen this way phase out, and permanents can't phase in. Sorry, we lost our cool art card for a second there. I'm just going to tuck it at the back so I don't lose it again. This is pretty cool. I wish this was a legendary. It is a little expensive. She looks like she's from outside of the game, though. Like, that's interesting artwork. That's almost like very realistic artwork to the point where it's like either, and I don't think this is from a Universes Beyond set. I'm pretty sure that's similar set to the one we're opening right now, probably. So maybe the same plane. Anyways, really cool card. I think that's probably the best pull for the day so far. Foundry Inspector is not bad. Awesome include for any artifact deck because it reduces the cost of all your artifact spells. I'm going to give it front treatment. I'm still saying the Butcher and the Disciple are my favorites, but that one is good too. Gix's Command. 3 and 2 black. Put 2+1+... You get to pick 2 of these. Put 2+1/+1 counters on up to 1 creature. It gains lifelink until end of turn. Destroy each creature of power 2 or less. Return up to 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Each opponent sacrifices a creature with the highest power among creatures they control. I mean, that is definitely a hit, and that is some really cool artwork, and the end of this pack has been solid. And Perimeter Patrol. 2 and a green. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, this thing gets +1/+0 until end of turn. It's not great. It's not terrible. Definitely Gix's Command, Disciple of Callus Nin, and Battlefield Butcher and Foundry Inspector, I would say, are the top 4. So it's definitely possible for this to be a win for Edge of Eternities. But it's gotta pull up its socks and give me a really good pack. But before we do that, let me cut this one off real quick, and you can join me in a minute after we do something cool with Kaiba. Puggy intermission! Woo! Hey yo, everybody! It is I, Give me the book. Daddy forgot to open the curtain. Daddy. Yeah. Is he a bit brighter? But also, the lighting, it picks me up and it makes me look so much more handsome. And then the camera doesn't have to keep doing that stupid in and out zoom stuff. Yeah. Anyways, I'm here to say, how is it going, humans? And for friends, I couldn't be in the video this morning because Daddy did it before he came home. And then he got here and he found out that Buddy Perry, he was leaving for the day. So Daddy missed his opportunity. But he says he's going to put this video together super quick of me being totally awesome. And the card opening stuff, yeah, that stuff too. And when that stuff's all put together, and then he posted to the YouTube, not the Facebook, the YouTube. Then he says that he can make some other videos. And he can make them inside the bedroom, and we can do them together, and it's going to be a nice day, he says. And we're going to get to go for a big W later. The WALK thing. He keeps calling it that. I'm not sure what that is, but I think it's fun. He says it's going to be fun. And yeah. I give you guys humans. Yes, I do. You humans are the bestest. Oh, and yeah. The other day, Daddy and I, we were talking, and we want to make a couple of videos shouting out a couple of peoples again. In the near future. But we're not going to just shout out like all the car channels and stuff like that. This time we want to shout out some puppy related stuff. So yeah, we're going to shout out a few puppy friends, and it's going to be nice. And yeah, so anyways, humans, this is the puggy intermission part that he says. And he said that if I do a good job of sitting here and helping you guys, he's going to make sure that I get a meat stick in the near future. I like the meat sticks. Those are my favorites. Did I do a good job, Daddy? Can I have the meat stick now? You want the meat stick, Kaiba? 1 second. Yes, you're very patient. Good boy. You want that? Put it there for you. Those are the bestest ones, eh? Yeah? Good boy. Good boy. Say bye-bye. And I'm back. So we've opened the Brothers War pack, and we had 4 huge hits, plus the land was pretty cool, so I'm going to count that. So a 5-hit pack means that this thing's got some rough go to do. It's got, or not rough go, but it's got to give me something really good, or it's got to be like banger after banger after banger, as Seamus would say. If you guys watch wrestling, you'll think that's funny. We got ourselves a lander and, ooh, a human soldier instead of a robot. I definitely was expecting a robot. I kind of like the soldier's art, actually. That's kind of neat. Okay. Edge of Eternities does not have a pack trick, so we will just dive right in. Squire's Lightblade. Flash equipment enters, attach it to target creature you control. That creature gains first strike until end of turn. +1/+0, equip 3. I do like the fact that it has flash and first strike. That is kind of nice. I will give you front treatment for that, but you're probably not a hit per se. Gene Pollinator. 1 green for a 1/2 tap. Tap an untap permanent you control. Add 1 mana color. That I don't like. That's a little too complicated to get 1 extra mana. So no, you're not going front. Bombard. 2 and a red. Deals 4 damage to target creature. Instant speed. Yeah, okay. Dark Endurance. 1 black. Costs 1 less to cast if it's targeting a blocking creature. Target creature gets +2/+0 and gains indestructible until end of turn. That is a hit. I will count that one as a hit. So there's our first hit for this pack. Ilvois Light Jammer. 1 and a blue flash. When equipment enters, attach it to target creature you control. That creature gains hexproof until end of turn. And equip creatures +1/+2. It's very similar to the other one that we put at the front already, the Squire's Lightblade. I do like that this one gives a buff to the backside, though, so I'm going to actually count that one as a little bit better. Is it a hit? Maybe. Commander Bridge. This land enters tapped. When this land enters, sacrifice unless you tap an untap permanent you control. Tap to add 1 mana of a color. So it's like an extra command tower, but it's got a really cool artwork. And I'm going to give it front treatment for that alone. But also because I think that that is actually a really cool land, and I did give a bonus to the Brothers War for land, so I think that's only fair. When this creature enters or dies, surveil 1, 2 and a green for a 4/2. Yeah, no. It's not terrible, but it's not great. Wefstalker Ardent. If the butt and the power were reversed, I would have probably put that front, though. 2 and a red for a 2/3. Whenever another creature or artifact you control enters, this creature deals 1 damage to each opponent, and it has warp. That's going front. That is pretty cool. So far 3 big hits, or not big, but they're hittables. Glacier Godmaw. Is that damaged? I think that's damaged. That kind of sucks. Or is that part of the artwork? I think that's damaged. Oh, stop shaking. What do you guys think? Is that damaged, or is that supposed to be part of the artwork? Anyways, it is a Leviathan. 5 and 2 green for a 6/6. When it enters the battlefield, you get a lander. And whenever a land you control enters, creatures you control get +1/+. Okay, that is definitely a hit. That is like the best one so far today in that pack. And possibly any pack. When this creature enters, create a lander token. Draw 2 cards and create 2/2 colorless robot. Yeah, no thanks. You cost way too much for that effect. Dual Sun Technique. 1 and a white. Target creature you control gains double strike until end of turn. If it has a +1/+1 counter on it, you get to draw a card. Okay, that's good. Ooh, the Siriema. So we can actually use this as a commander officially now, which means I could make a mono white deck around this if I wanted to, which is kind of cool. When this thing enters, search your library for a legendary creature card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Ooh. Once it gets 7+ counters on it, then it is an artifact creature with 5/5 flying, and other tapped legendary creatures you control have indestructible. Nice. That is definitely a hammerstone hit. Nova Hellkite, 3 and 2 red for a 4/5 dragon. Flying haste. When it enters, it deals 1 damage to target creature an opponent controls. If it dealt 1 damage to each creature an opponent controls, target opponent controls, I would definitely put that front. This, I think it's okay. It's not amazing, but it's okay. And we finish off with a swamp. Okay. I'm going to give it, I think, to the space set today. You guys can argue with me in the comments. Maybe I'm leaning towards a tie, actually. Wait, hold on a sec. I always forget. Which one had more? 14 versus 12, right? Yeah, you know what? I'm leaning towards calling this one a tie, but I'm willing to give you guys a chance to argue it out, and maybe I will put a poll up. Because I think that is a really cool card, and I'm not sure if it's actually worth any money, but if it is, that's insane. I think that's a really cool card. I love this Butcher guy. I love the Foundry Inspector. If we discount the land, that's 4 for this pack, and that would be 5 for this pack. But I really think that we should count the land. So, I mean, those packs are pretty even, considering that this pack has 2 more cards, I think. But I mean, again, I don't know the prices when I come into these things, so these 3 cards here might be worth significantly more than anything I pulled here, or it could be the other way around. These 2 could be insanely valuable. In the meantime, in between time, like I say, I'm going to call it a tie for now, and then I'm going to let you guys convince me in the comments and in the poll that I put up. And in the Discord, if you guys remember to join the Discord, please, of pugs and card players. Yeah. So from Kaibat home, and I in the car who is getting incredibly hot and need to get out of here. Much love to you all. I look forward to seeing you guys soon in the next video, and have a great day. Okay, bye.